All right, it's Carl Williams with Retro Gaming Magazine. Just putting together a video for the top 10 3DO games that are exclusive to the system that everybody should play. This is off an article that I wrote recently for the website, at www.retrogamingmagazine.com. Puppies are in here having fun. All right, first up, we have Zadnos, the People's Game. This is something. Anybody familiar with You Don't Know Jack, Twisted, which is also on 3DO, and other party games like this? It's pretty much the same thing. It's just with a Soviet flavor. Playing Zadnos, you get video clips of the various characters doing the competitions and such. Like if they lose, you get a video clip for them losing, and if they win, you get another video clip, and you get also Icebreaker. This is a title that was exclusive to the 3DO that has not been released on another system yet, and it's pretty much it's a game where it's an overhead isometric style game where you're running around with a pyramid and you're shooting other pyramids before they attack you. That's pretty much it. It's hard as hell and quite a fun game. The sequel was never officially released, but you can find the ISOs or ROMs basically of the CD for the Icebreaker 2 on various websites. So if you want to play the sequel, if you like the first one, there is. All right, Captain Quasar. Oh my gosh, man, this is one of those games that 3DO really needed to have in their library within the first year, but it came out sadly in their last maybe 6 months. And the idea behind it, it's another isometric title similar to Icebreaker, but in this one it's a run and gun like Contra, but better, a lot better than Legacy of War on PlayStation 1. You're basically playing Captain Quasar, obviously, but he's a bounty hunter, and you're going around these levels, and you're fighting the minions of these bad guys, and you're a bounty hunter, so you're trying to catch these guys, and you destroying certain minions and such. You can get collect weapons, power ups, health and such. Almost said health potions, but as you complete the levels, you finally capture the bad guy, and in true bounty hunter style, you interrogate them. Which usually they argue with you or whatever. It's pretty simple. Jurassic Park Interactive. This is a title based on the movie Jurassic Park. It's an officially licensed title. It has various mini games and actions and such that are similar. Not a perfect game, but it's definitely better than the original Jurassic Park game for the Sega Genesis, which Sega had to go and re-release. Much improved graphic, or not necessarily graphics, but Way of the Warrior by Naughty Dog. This is Naughty Dog's first game. Most people watching this video probably recognize Naughty Dog as people behind Uncharted and Jak and Daxter and stuff like that, on newer platforms. But back in the day on the 3DO, they premiered with Way of the Warrior, which was a one-on-one fighting game with digitized characters in much higher resolution than what the Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis could accomplish with titles such as Mortal Kombat. EGM flogged Way of the Warrior for having bad controls. Even after using the Super Nintendo to 3DO adapter, they still reviewed it with low scores. Other magazines loved it. Me personally, I loved it. I liked it. The only thing I really saw wrong with it was the game moved extremely fast. But I'm not a fan of Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo and all that. I prefer the slower Street Fighter games. I don't crank the speed up to 900. Way of the Warrior seemed to be set at the highest speed possible from the get-go. So, other than that, I liked it. Of course, Luciens Quest. This is a title that I've caught some flack in the comments on the website, on our website article for this. Luciens Quest is a lot of people say it's not a strategy RPG. I say it is. Anything that lets you destroy objects in the level that block you from getting to your enemy or your enemy getting to you, or using those obstacles to keep your enemy from getting to you too quick so that you can buy yourself a little bit of time, is strategy in my book. Yes, you can pick what enemy you fight and all that stuff, just like you can in Final Fantasy, but in Final Fantasy, Dragon Warrior, and all those games, they don't let you have any tactical whatever in the battles. You pretty much stand on the one side of the screen or at the bottom of the screen, Select the enemy you want to attack. You attack them. That's it. It doesn't matter if they're clear across the battlefield or if they're right here. You attack them. With Luciens Quest, there may be a column, there may be trees, there may be other enemies that have to be removed prior to you attacking. That's strategy. I'm sorry. Let me know it's not in the comments. Killing Time. Sure, this is a first-person shooter for the 3DO that was pretty much overlooked. It was ported to the PC, but it was ported kind of poorly. It wasn't as well received. The way they ported it is more of almost a brand new game. It's not even maybe Killing Time in title only in the style, but graphically they're similar. But the first level on the 3DO, you start out, you're in the maze killing ducks, and then you enter the mansion. On the 3DO, or excuse me, on the PC version, it seemed, if I remember correctly, you start out on a boat of some sort. Get off the boat, into the port or whatever, and then you end up in the mansion. Totally different introduction. The mansion's even laid out differently. The enemies are slightly different. But on the 3DO, this is as close as we got to Heretic. Back in the day when I remember playing this, a lot of my friends that had PCs, I was a PC gamer in the 80s, but when the 90s came around with such stuff like the Super Nintendo and things, I went back to consoles. But I never had a PC, powerful enough to run something like Heretic or Wolfenstein 3D at the time. So I didn't really have an idea what these games were. But people back in the day that did, that I knew, they said that Killing Time was very similar to Heretic, minus something about laughing or something, and the fantasy aesthetic. For me, Killing Time was a fun game. What other game can you go around and killing ducks? I mean, sure, you can play a Disney game and where you control Donald or Huey, Dewey, and Louie, but you're not killing them. All right, this is a long title. I'm going to have to look at my phone to get the full title correctly here. The Lost Files of Sherlock Holmes, The Case of the Serrated This is a point-and-click adventure title that was very popular on PCs. It's not a genre that we really saw on consoles that much. I mean, we did see some older... Sorry, I had to look at my dogs. Some older titles on Nintendo and such as King's Quest V were ported. That game also hit the Sega Master System, if anybody's interested. But other than those, really, point-and-click adventure games have not been big on consoles. We got a Maniac Mansion back in the day on NES. But, yeah, it's not really a big console genre. But on 3DO with the full motion video clips of the various actors portraying the characters and the high resolution picture quality, I know it's not high resolution anymore, but compared to Nintendo and Super Nintendo, these were pretty damn good. It's a long title. You're not gonna beat this Sherlock Holmes title in one sitting. Interestingly, it's one of the few, if probably the only Sherlock Holmes title to reach consoles of this. All right, Star Control 2. This is a title my brother really, really wanted on 3DO, and instead I purchased Return Fire. Later, I did go back after I attempted, after I tried to join the Marine Corps. When I got back, I did go and purchase Star Control 2 for 3DO, and of the two titles, I played Star Control 2 a lot more than I did the Return Fire, because Return Fire is a lot more fun with 2 players, and I didn't really have anybody to play with. So Star Control 2 is a port of I'm sorry, it's not a port. It's a animated role-playing game strategy title that's really light on combat. It's more focused on your choices and conversation. You do fight ship to ship, and then when you get on planets, when you're collecting resources, you can shoot at animals and such that are on the planet and collect them and sell them to your starbase for credits to upgrade your starship. When you piss off an alien race that you've made contact with, or they're just a hostile alien race in the beginning, you fight ship to ship. Their ship's probably going to whip your butt, but that's pretty much how things go in these role-playing games like this. Star Control 2 is also ported to PC and under the name Urquan Masters. So anybody that's interested in playing this without purchasing a 3DO in the game, which would be a costly endeavor off of eBay, you can just get Urquan Masters. They even have the voice packs and everything from the 3DO version. So definitely. All right, Star Control 2. This is a title my brother really, really wanted on 3DO, and instead I purchased Return Fire. later I did go back after I attempted after I tried to join the Marine Corps. When I got back, I did go and purchase Star Control 2 for 3DO, and of the two titles, I played Star Control 2 a lot more than I did the Return Fire, because Return Fire is a lot more fun with 2 players, and I didn't really have anybody to play with. So anyway, Star Control 2 is a port of oh, I'm sorry, it's not a port. It's a animated role-playing game strategy title that's really light on combat. It's more focused on your choices and conversation. You do fight ship to ship, and then when you get on planets, when you're collecting resources, you can shoot at animals and such that are on the planet and collect them and sell them to your star base for credits to upgrade your starship. When you piss off an alien race that you've made contact with, or they're just a hostile alien race in the beginning, you fight ship to ship. Their ship's probably going to whip your butt, but that's pretty much how things go in these role-playing games like this. Star Control 2 is also ported to PC and under the name Urquan Masters. So anybody that's interested in playing this without purchasing a 3DO in the game, which would be a costly endeavor off of eBay, you can just get Urquan Masters. They even have the voice packs and everything from the 3DO version. So definitely worth a try. Lastly, we have The Incredible Machine. This is by, let's see, what was his name? Lastly, we have the incredible. Lastly, we have The Incredible Machine. This is a puzzle title. It's 2D, side-scrolling. You're looking like, say, the wall behind me here, and all the little gears and everything would pop up, and you basically you have to get a ball from one side of the room to the other side, maybe lower or higher. You got to use levers and ramps and pulleys and baskets, and you got to figure out a way to get it there. It's Rube Goldberg, I believe, was the machines that you create are called Rube Goldberg machines. Definitely worth a try, and it's a 3DO exclusive as far as consoles go. It is available for PCs, so give it a try.